Okay, okay, good, good. That is fine. Now, tell your stream, then view your live stream in a web browser. Go to YouTube dashboard. Edit your stream title. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let me just find my stream. Actually, I don't know where my stream is. Okay. Tell your stream, then view your live stream in a web. Okay, this is fine. Let's go. Now here. And what does this mean? Okay. Let's go. So let's do a quick stream. Let me just wait. How do I define this? What was the idea actually? I think the idea was let's go to Chrome. Boom. Perfect. Okay. That's what we need. Well, that's a little bit weird actually. Oh, I know why. Okay. This is done for YouTube. Okay. So, feel like this should be fine now, right? Yes, no, yes, no.
Hey guys, so we have finished packing everything and today we are going to deliver every single piece of the...
Okay, so we're just gonna go through YouTube videos and try to like chill, see some...
That's madness.
Okay.
There is no way.
So here is the guy. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do here? Okay. So we're just gonna go through stuff, I guess. Go through this one a little bit. And yes, why is this mic so weird? Wait. Oh, there are no filters. Fuck. Okay, I need to fix this. Noise suppression. Add. Close. This is a little bit better. Just too bad I don't have the stuff, but it's fine. Okay, what's this? Why is this black? Okay, let's go. So this is a little bit annoying. How do I fix that? I don't like this. So I can just do it like that, I guess, and then... Nah, this is not good. Okay, I have an idea. Let's just do another Windows capture. What is it? Here. Let's go. Now we are gonna add new source. Gonna name it like that. Go here. And video capture device. Like that. That's fine. It should probably be under all these as well. Okay, it's a bit weird. Okay, I should actually have another. Okay, get it. Let me just fix something else. Okay, let's get the gain. Close. This should be better. This microphone is kind of weird right now. Maybe it's fine. Okay. What do I do with this now? Kind of want another scene, to be honest. That's fine. Let's just go like that. Should be in YouTube. We are. That's fine. Okay. So let's go and chill. See what's happening here. This is so bad. let's go and check what is going on today. Most Russian soldiers killed in action in Ukraine come from country's poorest regions. I mean, kinda okay. About 15,000 troops killed, UK Defense Secretary says. Okay, that's huge. That's a lot of actually people. I don't know. About 15,000. Russia's media nuclear claims completely untrue. Russia's forces simply can't seize Kiev and are making it up as they go along, says former US NATO ambassador. What does a former US NATO ambassador has to say about this, right? It doesn't really make sense. Well, he's former US ambassador, but let's see what he says, I guess. Let me just fire up my YouTube on the other screen. Just a second. Okay, Russian forces simply can't seize Kiev. Fragments of a destroyed military vehicle. Okay, that's kind of... Okay, that's nasty. Yeah, that's... Okay, whatever. Former US ambassador to NATO, Lut, said he believes Russia lacks the ability to seize the Ukrainian capital of Kiev. I mean, who doesn't, right? Who doesn't really lack the ability to seize one of the Europe's biggest cities? Like, what? I think Kiev is beyond their means. They can't seize Kiev, they can't replace the Zelensky government. I think they are still looking for opportunities to figure out what their goals are. Okay. Wait, what is my... This is not right. This is not correct. This is not correct either. Fuck. Let me just... Just a second. Okay, this one. So yeah, today I'm a little bit knackered, so I hope I can actually do that with decent, I guess, performance. I'm thinking about actually switching to League because, okay. Let me just see this. Okay, is this fine? This is fine. Okay. Yes. I'll just wait for a few minutes before we actually start. Yes, guys. Okay. What are we gonna be doing today? I'm kind of like so naked right now. A computer for fuck's sake that costs 150k. I'll bring it home. Russian invaders boast that they have learned to loot competently. What the fuck? Intercepted call between Russian soldier and mom. I mean, those... What is actually... Let's be honest. What is actually the argument behind all these intercepted calls? Why should we believe that they are real? It's Ukrainian government that has a record of lying to us, saying that this happened. So what? I don't really understand. I don't really understand why this would be a relevant source. I don't really understand why Western media actually treat it as a relevant source. Anyway, it's kind of weird. It's kind of really weird to me that this is happening. Because, like I said, right, why would that be a relevant source? It's just, it can just be propaganda as well. So, yeah, kind of weird. Breaking: Sweden and Finland agreed to submit NATO applications, say reports. Yeah, this is, I don't know. I don't like this. Not because I would be against Finland joining, but like Varoufakis said, right? The problem is what this means for the global world itself. The problem is how is Putin going to react? And not only Putin, right? Putin is not really... It's just... it kind of forces a different reality on us without us being really in charge of what is happening. This is maybe a little bit hard to understand, but I believe that modern society doesn't really function as much as it follows, and it follows some weird logic, almost counter logic, that defines it. So I don't know, all this is really dangerous for that. It is really dangerous because I don't know what will happen, guys. I really don't know. It's really hard to predict. Lithuania running dry on weapons to hand over to Ukraine. What? Okay, this is another thing. Why are neighboring countries almost giving away weapons that they might need in a world war? Like, what is actually going on, right? It's so weird, these ideas. Like, okay, let's say that Russia actually invades. What is Lithuania gonna do? Are they gonna beg for weapons like Ukrainians are right now? Or what will happen, right? The arms that Lithuania can provide to Ukraine have practically dried up. The country might soon need to choose between continuing its support of Ukraine and maintaining its own defense capabilities, authorities say. This is a disaster, right? This is a disaster where, in the name of some... Wait, you don't see that? What? Why don't you see that? Oh, you do. Okay. Yeah. Countries are actually willing to hurt themselves in the name of helping Ukraine. It's going beyond this scope of reason or logic that we talk about on stream a lot. It's basically becoming this race who will do more. It's the same as with cancel culture, or like every intellectual I talk to is laughing at Italia banning some Dostoevsky pieces, because this makes no sense, right? It just, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird because it forces us to live in a way that is not rational itself. Lithuania may not have much in the way of heavy weapons, but we do have artillery capability. We have handed over to Ukraine heavy mortars along with ammunition. What happens now? What? Okay. I'm pretty sure... I don't know. This is so weird. It's just... This whole conflict is just... Journalists released satellite images showing a third suspected mass grave site near Mariupol. Okay, yeah. This on the other hand is a very, very sad, right? This is very sad because I don't know, it makes... Yeah, this is so behind. I don't know. I don't know how to... Yeah, maybe we should just go to videos, I think. This is just boring. This is just becoming boring, right? The news are weird. I'll just see what is on YouTube today. Europe after Putin's war. No. The Sweden COVID gamble pay off. Tucker, this will cost the Disney Corporation a ton of money. Okay, let's just do... Today I'm not really feeling that well, so let's just do a general overview of what is happening. So let's go here and hear what Sweden has to say for this.
Sweden took its own road at the outset of the COVID-19 pandemic.
20 million people have died. 1 million more have been hospitalized. 1 million more have died. 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 1 million more have
What? Your internet is actually breaking. What? Oh my God.
Now, more than 2 years on, some here in Ontario feel that we're increasingly on the same path the Swedes took. With us now to understand what they did and whether such a comparison makes sense, let's welcome in Tel Aviv, Israel.
Okay, the internet is not breaking. Yeah, I'm just a maker to deal with this today. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I will just switch to...
Failed. All right, some very different views there on how it went, so let's get your views now. 2 years on, how would you characterize Sweden's approach to handling COVID-19? Stefan, start us out if you would.
Sure, yeah, and I think just for context, I'm both Swedish and Canadian, so I grew up in Sweden, and my mom was there throughout the pandemic, so that's just sort of all my family. In fact, I have no Canadian family other than us here. So just to say that's the perspective I bring. I mean, I think that there's been, just to sort of highlight the extreme kind of viewpoints that you've just presented is representative of what actually happened, which is to say that there was extreme failures in long-term care facilities, where there was just an incredible amount of morbidity, mortality. There's been clear failures in terms of protecting folks who are most marginalized based on how they live and how they work, particularly in Stockholm here. But I think there was also certain elements of the response that are worthy of note in terms of their rapid enactment of paid leave from day one for folks who didn't have it. Other elements that try to address some of these inequities that have been pervasive really around the world. So I don't think it's possible. I think Dr. Einhorn wrote a whole book about it. You kind of need a whole book to describe the complexity of it. But I think to say that this pan perspective from just truly a terrible response to an excellent response, I think is representative of the complexity of public health responses, which are really kind of in the weeds of did they do well in long-term care facilities? Did they do well in occupational health settings? Did they do well in hospitals, for example?
Okay.
And vaccination programs. So.
I'm not going to ask Dr. Einhorn to replicate every nuance of her book right here, but if she could characterize how she felt Sweden did, that would be helpful.
Terribly. I mean, it's, I would say, first of all, the first quotes you had there from the Commission, I don't think it's representative of the Commission because the Commission was actually a breakthrough. The Corona Commission was sort of started by the government reluctantly after pressure from the opposition, and it gave two partial reports and then the final report the day after the invasion of Ukraine, which meant it sort of went a little bit under the radar, but they have been devastatingly critical. Now they've put up some positive on the one hand, and that was one of the quotes you used, but then follows 90% of devastating criticism. So to me, who has been very critical, I would say the Commission was the light in the tunnel and really turned it around. I would say there's only one thing that is brought up about Sweden that they, is sort of a consensus that maybe there Sweden did right and others did wrong, and that is that children went to school for the first wave. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything good that really can be said about the Swedish pandemic, and we can get back to that. I can give examples of that.
Sure. Well, let's get the view from this side of the Atlantic Ocean, and we'll set it up by saying, Susie Hoda, obviously, you weren't there, you were here, but from what you saw over here as to how they were doing it over there, what conclusions do you come away with?
I think, from my viewpoint, it was an optimistic approach from the early stages of the pandemic, and there was a lot of uncertainty that we were dealing with. And, here in North America, well, at least in Canada, we did take more of a precautionary approach in the very beginning because it was, dealing with the unknown.
I can't really deal with this today. I'm too